that you are in good mood and health. Let's start our lesson. The topic of our lesson is How does my school look like? The lesson is done by teaching Marina Ruslanova, a teacher of English, school number 107. The topic of our lesson is How does my school look like? Або Як виглядає моя школа? Aims of the lesson are to recognize words in listening, to practice words related to a school life, to improve writing skills, and to stimulate students to an independent work. I want you to start from warming up. Давайте почнемо з розминки. The first task is to give synonyms of the words. There are words: holiday, form, pupils, timetable, school year. Think a little bit about synonyms of these words. And let's check. Holiday is vacation. Form is grade. Pupils are students. Timetable is schedule. School year is academic year. So continue our warming up. Let's revise what we know about different types of school. The task is to find an explanation of each educational establishment. There are kindergarten, primary school, secondary school, boarding school, single-sex school. And here you can see definitions of this educational establishment. A school which provides meals and accommodation for the pupil during term time. B. A school for children from the first to the fourth form. C. A school in which pupils of one sex, boys or girls, study separately. D. An establishment where children below 6 or 7 play and learn. E. A school that offers a general education. Now, let's check your answers. Kindergarten is D. An establishment where children below 6 or 7 play and learn. Primary school is B. A school for children from the first to the fourth form. Secondary school is E. A school that offers a general education. Boarding school is A. A school which provides meals and accommodation for the pupil during term time. And the last one, single-sex school, is C. A school in which pupils of one sex, boys or girls, study separately. So, let's go further. I hope that you remember a lot of school subjects. Let's revise some of them together. Watch the video, repeat after the speaker and read examples. Сподіваюсь, що ви добре пам'ятаєте назви навчальних предметів. Давайте згадаємо їх разом. Прослухайте відео та повторюйте за автором. Читайте приклади застосування слів.
School subjects. The first we'll look at is mathematics. Repeat after me. Mathematics. In British English, we can shorten this to maths. Maths. And in American English, it is shortened to math. Math. Let's have a look at some vocabulary relating to mathematics. This is multiplication. Repeat after me. Multiplication. And here we have addition. Repeat after me. Addition. Our next word is subtraction. Subtraction. Let's have a look at some other vocabulary you can find in mathematics. Fractions. Fractions. And here we have a percentage. Percentage. Our next word is algebra. Algebra. Okay, let's use some of these new words in some example sentences. Today in math class, we began learning about fractions. Today in math class, we began learning about fractions. Let's have another example. In school, I love mathematics, especially multiplication. In school, I love mathematics, especially multiplication. Let's move on to our next subject. Geography. Geography. So, what exactly is geography? Geography is the study of the physical features of the Earth and its atmosphere, and of human activity as it affects and is affected by these, including the distribution of populations and resources, and political and economic activities. If you love geography, check out our vocabulary series on world geography. It's really popular and it's really fun. Available on our YouTube and Facebook channels. And let's look at another example. For my geography project, I am researching volcanoes. For my geography project, I am researching volcanoes. Let's move on to our next subject. History. Repeat after me. History. Let's take a look at some topics you might learn about in history class. The ancient world, or different empires, medieval history, the Renaissance, or industrialization, colonization, the world wars, or how about the modern age? Let's use some of these new words in example sentences. Today in history class, we studied the Renaissance in Europe. After geography class, the students had a history exam on industrialization. After geography class, the students had a history exam on industrialization. And that example brings us to the end of our video. We hope you...
Good job. Our next task is listening. Listen to a woman who is talking about different school subjects. After listening, fill in the gaps. In each gap you should put the name of one subject. Наступне завдання – це аудіювання. Прослухати жінку, яка говорить про різні шкільні дисципліни. Після прослуховування заповнюють пропуски. У кожний пропуск можна вписати лише одне слово. Let's read all the words. They are history, science, geography, music, math, art. So now let's start listening. Be careful.
You can learn important facts about the past in history. You can count and add numbers together in maths. In geography, you can learn about rocks and caves. You can learn how to sing and play instruments in music. You can do experiments in science. You can draw and paint in art.
Now let's check. You count and add numbers together in math. In geography, you can learn about rocks and caves. You might learn important facts about the past in history. You might learn how to sing and play instruments in music. You may do experiments in science. You draw and paint in art. Next task. Write down the sentences into your copybooks. Continue them as if they were true for you. Запишіть речення у ваші зошити, продовжуйте їх так, щоб вони були правдою для вас. If I had a chance to change something in my school, I would. There are some reasons why I like my school. Firstly, Third, my school is really a very comfortable place. We've got. Fourth, school is an important part of every person's life. School is a place where we get. And here you can see possible answers to the questions. First, I would like children to start working more independently. Мені б хотілося, щоб діти почали більше працювати самостійно. Second, firstly, it's a quiet and comfortable place for studying. Secondly, we have many hardworking and reliable teachers. По-перше, це місце, в якому дуже тиха та комфортна атмосфера для навчання. По-друге, ми маємо працелюбних та надійних вчителів. Third, we have got really cozy classrooms. Ми маємо дійсно комфортні класи. Fourth, school is a place where we get knowledge and communication. Школа – це місце, в якому ми отримуємо знання та спілкування. The next task is describing your school. Let's describe schools where you study. As you know, school is our home from home. We spend a lot of time there, study and find friends. It's a place where we feel happy, sad, excited, angry, protected and safe. So, your task is to describe a place where you spend so much time. Пропоную вам описати школи, у яких ви навчаєтесь. Як ви знаєте, школа – це наш другий дім. Ми проводимо багато часу там, навчаємось та знаходимо друзів. Це місце, у якому ми почуваємося щасливими, сумними, захопленими, злими, захищеними та у безпеці. In order to make this task easier, I will divide describing your school into 7 steps. Step 1. Tell about a type of school. Here you can see vocabulary related to types of school. They are public, private, day, night, state, home, technical, and more. Answer the questions. Do you go to a secondary school or to a high school? Is your school private? Do you know any other types of schools that are not listed above? For example, I study at a secondary school. It's a state school, but we have everything we need. Я навчаюся у середній школі. Це державна школа, але ми маємо все, що нам необхідно. Step 2. Describing your classroom. Here you can see adjectives for describing your classrooms. They are spacious, roomy, crowded, lively, noisy, unsafe, safe, and more. Classrooms are an interesting environment. However, they can be welcoming or distressing depending on the size, mood, and location of the class. The adjectives above can be used to describe a classroom. For example, my classroom is quite tiny, but it's well organized and safe. There are always many students inside it, so it is crowded and noisy. We haven't got pictures on the wall. It's really distressing. Моя класна кімната дійсно маленька, але вона добре оснащена та безпечна. В ній завжди багато студентів, тому в нас завжди людно та шумно. Ми не маємо на стінах картин, це дуже засмучує. Step number 3. Describing school in general. Here you can see adjectives for describing schools. They are good, popular, great, modern, old, ugly, inspiring, beautiful, and more. Answer the questions. What is your school like? Do you go to a good school? Is your school well equipped? I am sure that you hear all these questions all the time. What do you usually answer? For example, my school is great. The building is old, but inside we have many modern and well-equipped classrooms. It is always clean and not overcrowded. Моя школа неймовірна. Будівля стара, але всередині ми маємо дуже сучасні та добре оснащені класні кімнати. У ній завжди чисто та небагатолюдно. Step number 4. Tell about your school subjects. Here you can see vocabulary for school subjects. They are English, math, geography, physical education, biology, art, Spanish, French, physics, and more. Subjects are often divided into literary, artistic, and scientific categories. What do you like learning? For example, we study a lot of school subjects. I am really good at some of them. As for me, math, history, and Ukrainian language are the best. I'm not good at biology and chemistry. Ми вивчаємо багато шкільних дисциплін. Я дійсно хорошо навчаюся в деяких з них. Для мене математика, історія та українська мова найкращі. Я не дуже добре навчаюся на біології та хімії. Step number 5. Tell about your school places. Here you can see different school places. They are classroom, library, headmaster's office, gym, art room, music room, and more. Answer the questions. Do you like going to school? What is your favorite place at school? The canteen, the laboratory, the playground? For example, my favorite places at secondary school are the English, French, and home economic classrooms. They are lovely, productive, and inspiring. Moreover, something good was always happening there. Мої улюблені місця у середній школі – це кабінет англійської, французької та рідної економіки. Вони дуже чарівні, продуктивні та надихаючі. Більш того, дещо хороше завжди ставалося там. Step number 6. Tell about your classmates. What words can you use to describe a pupil or a student? This is rather a complicated topic because such descriptions are very subjective. It is easy to get upset when someone says something about you and you do not agree with that. Here you can see adjectives for describing a student. They are good, shy, talented, careful, confident, smart, bright, and more. For example, my friend Kathy is a talented student who doesn't want to use her talent at studying. Моя подруга Катя дуже талановита учениця, але вона не хоче витрачати свій талант на навчання. Step number 7. Tell about your teachers. Here you can see adjectives for describing a teacher. They are nervous, caring, passionate, unfair, knowledgeable, fair, and more. Have you ever described one of your teachers before? What was the context and what did you say? Did you think that what you said was good enough to be heard by the teacher in question? For example, our math teacher is passionate about what he teaches and all the students love him. On the other hand, our history teacher is nervous and unpredictable, hence he should retire as soon as he can. Наш вчитель математики дійсно пилко відноситься до свого предмета, і всі студенти полюбляють його. З іншого боку, наш вчитель історії дуже нервовий та непередбачуваний, отож йому слід піти на пенсію так скоро, як тільки він може. That's all for today. I'm looking forward to your descriptions of school. Write me down in comments. Thank you for attention. See you next time. Goodbye.